Hello YouTube, Khaled's Gamer here with another World of Tanks video. Now, I kinda broke my self-promise because I kinda wanted just one more thing from this game. And yes, it's this tank right here, the Toro, the bull. Which, in case of you guys don't know, the Toro means bull in Italian. And this name is very fitting for this tank because of what it does in the game. Now, once again, this premium tank is not overpowered. I really hate how the World of Tank community thinks that this game, when it comes to premium tanks, a lot of them are quote unquote overpowered. This one, it feels sort of underpowered, but there was one thing that surprised me, and I do not regret buying this tank at all. Matter of fact, I'm kind of satisfied, but I'm not overjoyed with this tank. The XM57, that tank overjoyed me, but this one, the reason why I got it is because I really wanted to grind the tech tree for the Italians, and I really want to get the heavy tank for the Italians, the Rhino or the Rhino CT, which is in Italian for Rhino. But the Bull surprised me with one aspect, and that is money. In game, in order to make money, you have to deal damage and of course, survive the game in order for you won't spend money to repair the tank. And because now I have multiple tier 10 tanks, I realized that the tier 10 tanks they cost a lot of money just to play them, but more importantly, they don't make that much profits. And this tank is all about making profits. Now, it's not the shiniest, but it is the most unique. This tank, as you could tell, it's very unique. And the best thing about this tank is the uniqueness of its special feature, which is auto reloading. And you're gonna hear this beeping sound in the background that goes ding, ding, ding. And I know I'm trying to mimic that sound, but that beeping sound, it took me a while to understand why it was there, but now I understand. It's because of its unique mechanic. It is called Improve Auto Reloading. Now, I have a gut feeling that we're gonna see tier 11 Italian tanks with superior auto reloading, and this tank gives us a glimpse of that feature. Now, that beeping sound that you see, especially here where you see the little light going off, it's essentially improving the reload speed. And if you don't let the shell fully reload it, by the light, or should I say by the timing, let's just say you fire your shell and you see the timing almost getting there, but you see the light like shining brighter. It means that when you fire, but the next shell is not fully loaded, it's gonna compensate and it's gonna maintain the reload in order to vastly like reload even faster, if that makes any sense. In other words, the reloading speed is vastly improved, and this tank encourage its players to be more aggressive or shoot more aggressive, more like it, in specific timing, if that makes any sense. So it's like aggressively shooting, but patiently shooting, if that makes sense. I know that sounds funny, but it I don't know how to describe this, but this tank has a very unique reloading mechanic, and I love it. I love it a lot. And matter of fact, because my very first tier 10 tank is the T57 heavy, and once again, it's not a true heavy tank. I'm kind of used to playing tanks that are supportive, and it's all about firepower. And I'm also used to tanks that doesn't really have high penetration and high alpha damage, and this tank fit the bill of what I'm used to. But more importantly, the auto reloading, I only got a taste of it from the Caliban, which is another premium tank that I got. And because of the 4 shell and the fact that this is a heavy tank, I'm also used to that character from the T57 Heavy. The only difference is the mechanic of the reloading. Now, the T57 Heavy, The best way to describe it, that tank is an ambusher tank. It's all about flanking, catching your enemy off guard. Now, it's not fast, but when you manage to position yourself where you could ambush your enemy, oh, the T-57 Heavy will absolutely tear apart their enemy. Absolutely. The full clip of the 4 shell mag does over, I want to say 2000, but definitely slightly above 2000. It is ridiculous what the T-57 Heavy could do. It could definitely shred, tanks. But like I said, it's an ambusher tank because the armor is not, it's not very strong. Therefore, it's not a true heavy tank. It's a support tank. This tank, the Toro, the Italian heavy tank, and it's a premium tier 9. The reason why I got this is because I want to, get a premium tank for the Italian tech tree and something that I could grind with. But what caught me off guard is the amount of profits, in-game money that you can make out of this tank. So this tank, the Toro, which is the bull, it really is a cash cow. It really is a cash cow. And this tank, what surprised me is that because I'm already familiar with the characteristics of tanks such as T-57 Heavy and all the reloader from the Caliban, unlike the Caliban, which is a derp gun, this tank is feels more like the T-57 Heavy, except that instead of the auto reloading mechanism, which is the basic, like the bare minimum basic, this one is something else. Okay, I said the T-57 Heavy is more like an ambusher tank. This tank, the Toro, is more like a sustained fire support tank. It feels like a more like a machine gunner, or should I say, a rapid fire um, machine gunner tank. Okay, I like to compare the T-57 Heavy like a machine gun autocannon. Well, this one is like a machine gun with lower rate of fire, but with a scope on it, and a little more accurate, if that makes any sense. And the reason why is because this tank, the way it reloads, in my opinion, is fantastic. And what's so crazy, unlike the T-57 Heavy, which you have very low amount of shells. In matter of fact, I think you have 36 shell. I'll double check on that. 36 shells in total, which is very low. And you have to use your shells wisely. This tank does not have that issue. It has a very high amount of shells. It has 60, I repeat, 60 shells. And the improved auto reloader is fantastic. This tank is definitely a true support heavy tank, and despite that it's a heavy tank, it does not have armor and it doesn't have good health points. But what makes up for it is a unique mechanic and the firepower. Now, the shell, the gun itself is nothing amazing. It's not derpy and it's not good on penetration, but it's the sustained firepower that's awesome in my opinion. And I really like this. I really like this a lot. And I could see this tank being a true cash cow because I was surprised the amount of profits I was making. I made like 11K in this first game, which was surprising because I didn't do that much, but still, this is definitely a cash cow tank. So I'm loving it. I'm loving this tank a lot. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here, and I know I broke my promise, but you know what? This time this is gonna be my last purchase premium tank. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. And I'm gonna play this tank a lot more often, once in a while. But I'll still play my precious XM57 Heavy. I mean TD Tank Destroyer. Well, guys, please like and subscribe, all that stuff, and please leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm really am enjoying this tank, and I could see this tank being very awesome. Well, guys, Cowardice Gamer over and out, and thank you for watching.